Continue.
So saying that, like, we've literally had people message us and say, well, Charles DiLaurentis could be A, and Charles could be her Allison's baby. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you seriously fucking kidding me? Do I have to smack you over the head with, like, a bag of, like, Smart Rocks or something like that? Like, no. People know. And then people are saying, well, the 8 thing, that could be how old her son is. Again, she would have to have been 8 or 9 at the time that she had this baby. You're out of your mind.
Making a video.
And not only that, but...
We're making a video. Bye.
And not only would she have to be like, she had to have been like 9 at the time that she had this baby. Do you really think an 8-year-old child is running around terrorizing this town? Seriously. That was in our parody video.
Honestly, it was.
Who pointed it out? Danny pointed it out. He said, you guys had a parody video that talked about how Ren was Ezra and Allison's kid from the future.
Ezrason. Coming soon to an A near you. Jesus God, so I'm telling you.
We did. Go back and check that one out. That was a parody video. Now our parody you guys are trying to turn into real life. No. Sorry. There is not an 8-year-old little Chucky doll running around going,
give me
yeah! That's the only letter of the alphabet I know, so that's why it's my name. Yeah!
Give me a break.
No.
Give me a break.
Give me a break. Give me a break. Break me off a piece of that. You're an idiot.
Anyway, next order of business is Marlene. Marlene. You are on Twitter saying you're going to call people. Ooh, I wish it was us. Because let me tell you something right now. You go out there and do your damage control and state, I never said that you were going to find out who A is. I am not in control, blah, 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 blah. Now you're on Instagram 400 times a friggin' day posting pictures of black hoodies and saying, 1 more week, are you ready? Because I don't think you are. Here comes the big fucking reveal right to your face. She didn't actually say that.
But then she's also saying 1 more week and you'll know.
Yeah, 1 week and you'll know.
What? We'll know what? Because we're not supposed to get a reveal.
You're male or female!
And not only that, but honestly, I said to Gianna, I posted this on Twitter too, if we got a phone call from Marlene King, we would be hung up on. We would actually probably have like charges pressed against us or something because we not going to be...
any of that. My dog is under arrest right at this point.
Well,
so.
We said, like, we're to the point where, like, honestly, if people call, like... We don't want her to call, I'm not trying to be rude, but we don't want her to call, like, these young girls that are going to be like, oh my God, what is it like to work with Tyler Blackburn? Oh my God, does he look good when he comes? No, those aren't the type of questions we would ask. We would be like, excuse me, hi, how are you? Nice to talk to you, we're real excited about it, but... Do you want to
have you on the phone?
Yeah.
While you're talking to us.
Do you want to tell us maybe why nobody's investigating Ian's murder because he was murdered, and why nobody's investigating Wilden's, like, nobody's doing anything. Like, Cece killed him, but she's gone. She's gone away. Like, what? Nobody's fucking,
No, nobody's doing anything about that. Instead, French songs are being blasted at a whisper booth near you. Like, what in the frig is going on?
Like, we're not stupid. We know we would never be able to talk to her and be like, Marlene, so tell us, who is A? Well, we know that we would never even bother asking that question, okay? First of all, we would like to know, but we don't want to learn that way. Second of all, the first thing that we would ask her is, do you mind if we record you? For our YouTube.
Honestly.
That would be the first thing. And to be honest, if she was to say no, I don't think that we would... I feel like if she was to say, like, okay, say that it would never happen, but by some chance, we got this phone call with Marlene, okay? I feel like if she was to decline that we can have her voice on YouTube, Like, we wouldn't monetize it. We wouldn't make any money off of it or anything like that. But I would say, like, do you mind if we record you for our YouTube?
Mm-hmm.
And if she was to say no, I think that I wouldn't want to talk to her.
Pretty much.
Because that's not fair to our viewers.
No.
Do you know what I mean? I feel like, well...
How are you guys going to believe us if...
Yeah, I could sit here and say, Marlene just called me, and guess what?
That was her
Ren
that I
is
answered
A.
the phone, and I said, I'm making a video. Sorry, Marlene. Peace! Like...
But how would you guys feel if we came on here and was like, Marlene said that Ren was A? You would be like... No, she didn't, and we'd be like, yes, she did. But you guys wouldn't be able to believe anything we said, so like it would be pointless to even talk.
90% of you wouldn't believe it, but 10% of you would.
Yeah, but I'm saying though, like it would be just stupid. I mean, I'm sure we would still talk to her and ask her the questions we want to, but like then we'd have no credibility,
right?
Yeah, you know what I mean. We would have no credibility, and I don't see like why.
I'm sure that she would make it known that she called certain people, like so that. People like obviously
I just feel like maybe like that is something like Marlene, if you're watching this, doubt you are, but if you're watching this, maybe that's something that you should like think about doing. If you call your viewers or whatever, you call 5 people, and by chance somebody that you call has a YouTube channel, you should honestly let them record you. Just tell them that they can't have it monetized, like they can't make money off of the video. I'd be fine with that. It's not like we really make good money anyway. We make like 10 cents a fucking video.
We didn't monetize the video that was used on the show. So, no. I mean, like...
We would.
Obviously, we wouldn't.
But, like, the thing is, though, I would want our viewers to know what we discussed. Because I would want our viewers to know, like, oh, my God, they're like little CSI men. We'd be, like, down to the point. I'd be like, hi, Marlene. Nice to meet you. Can we get down to business?
Yeah, pretty much.
How you doing? We only have
this
a couple
isn't
minutes.
going to be a conversation where we're asking you about the color of Tyler Blackburn's underwear. We don't
want to know what the ball
answers.
Sweat tastes like off of fucking Keegan Allen's balls. We want to know what the story is with this. What's going on with the spoilers? Did you ever did this person ever get fired?
Reprimanded for this? Were they terminated? Like,
is there anything you could possibly
any kind
do
of
in
a
the
lawsuit
future
that is being pressed against this person for going out there and ruining another potential finale for your
is there
fans?
anything that you guys could potentially do to save this from happening next time?
Honestly, because let's think about it. Ezra, you pretty much gave away the fact that
whether
Mona
it
was
said
gonna
Ezra
die
is A,
is irrelevant.
we knew that Ezra was we knew that thing wasn't going to turn into an Ezra as A reveal because he was not wearing the hoodie. Everybody else out there was like, after we sat down and thought about it, after the emotions hit us, an hour later, we were making a video on the porch being like, Ezra's not A.
And I said it in the video.
But the episode was still rooting for us.
It was. It absolutely was.
We were expecting Ezra to turn around.
And again, I'll say it again, the only reason that we even entertained the thought of looking at this stupid nonsensical bullshit
because they were talking about arrows and stuff like that, and everybody said to us, did you see this bullshit that they posted? Like,
like Hunger Games meets PLL meets Saw,
like, and we were like, okay, well, it's obviously not going to be true, bullshit. So we're going to read it.
Okay, we're going to read it.
And we laughed through the whole thing. We were like, 90% of what we read, we were like, no.
Yeah, which is exactly why we...
And now we're like, as we watch episodes... Yeah, as we watch episodes unfold, now we're like, are you fucking kidding me? Like in the preview for this week's episode, Ezra and Caleb are getting shot with arrows.
And we saw the picture for that somebody sent to us and said it was true. So at that point, that's it. Again, reiterate it again, not looking at the promo in tomorrow night's episode.
I would ask her, like, okay, what other, like, why is, like, literature and art and stuff like that such a big part of this story? Like, is there more clues than meets the eye to all this stuff that's, you know what I mean? Like, are we reading too much into this show? Are the answers right in front of our face and we're just too stupid or too preoccupied by other details that, like, nobody would figure out, and we're like, oh my God, that person has a pretzel on the bottom of their shoe. Like, that's got, you know what I mean? Like, we're looking at stupid stuff and being like, this is a big clue, oh my God. But, like, the answers are probably right in front of our face. Like, I would want to ask her that. Like, is this something, like, honestly, that do you honestly, if you had no clue if you weren't a writer on this show, do you honestly think, as a viewer, if you were a viewer, do you think that you would actually be able to watch this finale and you yourself would be able to figure it out?
That's what I'm saying. Like Charles DiLaurentis. That can't possibly be the
yes,
only
and before
clue.
you guys say it, we know it could spell out Rachel S. DiLaurentis and
Nerd
Lucas is a liar. Whatever.
Whatever
we
else
know.
it spells out.
We
Get
know.
it. We know. We said that in the last video.
But we
know.
still had people message us.
We know.
We know.
We get it.
We get it. Holy fuck.
We're
we
there.
Know.
We got it.
We already bought that ticket, okay? We've been
We're
there.
on that ship. We sailed.
We sailed. We're gonzo.
I'm telling you.
We're gonzo off that ship, okay? But just letting you know, we would actually ask like decent questions, not stupid things, okay? I wouldn't ask like, what is it like to work with this person? No, I don't care if this person's a nice person or not.
I don't care what it's like to work with the person. No. I want to know why important questions are not being answered. Because
I don't want an answer that's wait for it.
You sat there and said that 3 seasons of PLL are getting wrapped up in one episode. Bullshit. But what about Ian's death in season 1? Why isn't that even being addressed?
The only thing that has been, we've said this, there's 2 major things that have been answered since season 1. 2 major things, and that is it. Of all the questions that we have, 2 major things have been answered since season 1. Allison is not dead. Mona was A in the beginning.
Right.
You can't count Toby reveal because he supposedly was doing it for Spencer. Can't count Ezra reveal. Do we still think he's innocent? No, but he was writing a book. Nobody knows who killed Maya. No one knows who killed Ian. Nobody knows who killed Garrett.
Let's face it, we don't even know if Maya's even really dead because a body was never shown.
That's what I'm saying. We know nothing. That is it of the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of questions.
So yes, Marlene, we have waited long enough, as you so eloquently detailed in one of your tweets. We have definitely waited long enough for these answers. Again, am I going to stop watching the show? No. Unless I am severely disappointed next week.
I feel like we might be. That's the thing. Like, I don't want to, like, I'm sorry. I don't know.
Well, let's put it this way. Next week, we're not supposed to know who A is. But are we? We're supposed to have enough to figure it out on our own. But will we?
Technically, we were supposed to have enough to figure it out on our own by season friggin' 4. Okay?
The season of
she's
answers.
Been saying that, yeah, the season of answers, worst season in the whole entire show.
In fact, we made a 15-second video about that back then, saying,
season of answers.
Season of answers, my fucking ass.
No,
and
I'm
there
sorry.
You have
no.
it.
She said that was the season of answers, which maybe in like retrospect, like looking back, we might be like,
we might think that. All right, yeah, I get it,
but in that moment in time, no. I'm sorry, that was the worst season of Pretty Little Liars.
See, I have to disagree. I don't like this one.
This one sucks too. I'm gonna say though that the worst.
Not that I think that it's absolutely horrible, but at the same time, there's just too many more questions that are being arisen in this season.
Mayan goes 3, 2, 1, 5, 4. And like favorite to worst. 3, 2, 1, 5, 4.
I'm gonna have to go 3 because that was my favorite.
3, 1,
2, 4, 5. Probably.
See, I think 4 was the worst though.
Although maybe next week's episode will spin me around towards that.
Possibly. But who knows? Maybe next week's episode we're going to be like 5 was the best. 5 was the best. Only because of that episode. Because to be honest,
you want to? Do we have enough room to make another video?
Well, to be honest, the reason that we like season 3 so much is obviously only because of the lady killer. Other than that, the season wasn't even that great.
Yeah,
so,
but that lady
that
killer
one episode
shocked the fuck
killed
out of
us.
us.
So. All right.
If we had a channel back then.
That's it. That's all I'm doing tonight.
See you next Tuesday, aka
tomorrow.